welcome to Preeti's Kitchen. Today let's bake Portuguese custard tarts or Hong Kong style egg tarts or Chinese custard tarts. These are a popular dessert loved worldwide. It consists of a crispy, flaky, buttery crust filled with a creamy custard filling, dusted with cinnamon and powdered sugar as a final touch. It's an incredible and amazing experience for your taste buds, and you can hardly stop from eating only one tart. So let's get started. So the first step we're going to do is we'll prepare our sugar. So I'm taking 90 grams of sugar in my pan, and I will take 225 milliliter of water and we'll let the sugar dissolve. Once the sugar dissolves, we'll keep this aside till the syrup cools down, and we'll start our preparation for making the tart dough. The tart shells that I have taken are these. You don't need to grease them because our dough will have enough butter. So once it's baked, the tarts, they come out very easily from the shells. So the water is boiling already. We'll keep this aside to cool down and we'll prepare our dough meanwhile. So the next step is to make our tart dough. Taken a clean bowl. To this we are going to add our butter, which is 125 grams. It's cold and it is cubed. Make sure that your butter is cold to get a flaky crust. To the butter we will add flour, 200 grams, all-purpose flour, icing sugar, and just a pinch of salt. We'll mix this together till it resembles bread crumbs. Use your fingertips to get your butter into small pieces. Do not use it like a dough, because the heat of the palm can melt the butter. So it's important to just use the tips of your finger. You can also use a fork if you like, but I find this easier. So now this looks like breadcrumbs, you can see. We're ready to put the egg white of one egg, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Let's get this into a dough. So the dough is almost collected and it's done. We'll keep this in a Ziploc bag, or you can cling film it and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we'll make the custard. So this is the sugar syrup that I have removed from the pan. It has cooled down. To this we will add our eggs, which are 3 eggs, 3 whole eggs, and 1 egg yolk. We had removed the white to use in the dough. The same yolk I'm using here. Now goes the evaporated milk. Also half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We'll mix this. So after whisking, just take a sieve with a bowl. We'll sieve our custard mixture so that all the egg which has not mixed gets taken out, doesn't go in the tart shell. So this is all being drained out. It is a smooth mixture now. We will fill up our tart shells. Just check your dough has been resting for 30 minutes. So the next step, we'll take a parchment paper. I've removed the dough from the refrigerator. It has been resting for 30 minutes. I'm dusting the parchment paper with some icing sugar so that it doesn't stick. We're going to roll out our dough to cut shapes with a cookie cutter, and then line our dough in a tart shell. This is the dough. I'm just going to take half of it right now. The rest half I'll let it rest in the ref. Let's start the rolling. Alright, I've dusted my cookie cutter, which I've taken a little size bigger than the tart shell. because when I'm going to press it down, the sides will also get covered. So I've dusted with icing sugar. Let's cut into circles. Okay, just leave it there. You don't need any butter for this. As I said before, the dough has enough butter. One tart shell is already done. I'll show it to you. This is the dough that I'm taking. Don't grease your tart shell. It has enough butter. Just place the disc on the shell and press it on the side. You can remove the excess. Be very gentle when you're pressing it. In case you think you need a little extra, you can always add. There. We'll do the same thing with the rest. At this stage, preheat your oven at 200 degrees centigrade, and then we will bake them once they are all done for 10 to 15 minutes till the tart crust looks brown and crispy. And then you turn down the heat to 180 degrees centigrade and bake for another 5 to 10 minutes. So I will make some holes just with a toothpick. So I put the hole so that the base doesn't pop up when we are baking, and it lets the steam escape. That's the only reason why we make holes. And make sure that once you have put the dough into the tart shells, it rests in the ref for at least 15 to 20 minutes so that the butter solidifies. So do the rest the similar way. I'm just showing you 10 of these. This is my strained custard which we had made earlier. Now it depends on your tart shell size. If your size is bigger, of course the dough will be making lesser number of tart shells. This is the size that I have. It's a very easy dough to use and mold it. So let's do this. Pour the custard. We'll pour the custard a little bit less than the top, so a little lower than the rim of the tart shell. So I filled up about 10 tart shells right now. I'll do the rest later. You can fill up all your tart shells in a similar way. We will bake them at about 200 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes. Once the tart crust looks brown and crispy, you turn down the heat to 180 degrees Celsius and bake for another 5 to 10 minutes. Keep checking your tart shells. In case you think it is browning faster, just put a tent aluminum foil all over them. So let's put them in the oven. So they're out of the oven right now. You can see them a little brown on the top. If it is a little jiggly or liquid, please bake it for another 1 or 2 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching.